When we think of tools, we usually picture hammers, screwdrivers, or objects created by humans to make their lives easier. But what if I told you that humans aren't the only ones using tools? In the vast animal kingdom, there are real geniuses who have learned with ingenuity and creativity to use the resources around them to solve problems and survive. These behaviors aren't just tricks, they're genuine displays of intelligence. And today, we're going to explore 3 fascinating species: crows, dolphins, and otters. Let's start with the crow, a bird that has long been shrouded in mystery and superstition. Beyond its cultural symbolism, crows are considered some of the smartest birds in the world. In particular, New Caledonian crows have amazed scientists with their incredible ability to craft tools. Yes, you heard that right. They don't just use tools, they make them. Picture this: a crow finds food stuck inside a deep hole. Most animals would give up or look for something easier to reach, but not the crow. Instead, it searches for a branch, carefully breaks it, and with a few adjustments, transforms it into the perfect tool to extract the food. This skill isn't just impressive, it demonstrates a level of reasoning we once thought was exclusive to humans. And it doesn't stop there. Crows don't just use tools on the spot, they also adapt and save them for future use. How incredible is that? In labs, crows have solved puzzles so intricate they've even stumped young children. One fascinating example is their understanding of cause and effect. They know how things work and apply that knowledge in practical ways. This makes them little feathered inventors, capable of tackling challenges with a brilliance that leaves us speechless. But wait, because the surprises don't end here. Let's talk about another species that's a master of tool use, this time under the waves. Now, we leave the skies and dive into the depths of the ocean, where we find another master of tool use, the dolphin. These marine mammals are not just known for their charm and acrobatic abilities. They also possess intelligence that, in many ways, rivals that of primates. But did you know that dolphins have learned to use tools to protect themselves while foraging for food? Picture a dolphin exploring a reef. The ocean floor is full of sharp rocks and dangerous creatures, like sea urchins that could injure it. But Indo-Pacific female dolphins have an incredible solution. They pluck sponges from the seabed and place them on their snouts, like protective gloves. This behavior, known as sponging, isn't just ingenious, it's a creative way to solve a very real problem. But how do they learn to do this? The answer is fascinating. They learn it from their mothers. This knowledge is passed down through generations, becoming a cultural tradition among dolphins in this region. Not all dolphins use sponges, only those living in areas where the seabed requires it. This suggests that dolphins can adapt their behaviors to their environments, a rare skill in the animal kingdom. Beyond using tools, dolphins are renowned for their complex communication and social structures. They live in highly organized groups, working together to hunt, protect one another, and even play. The intelligence of dolphins isn't just evident in their tools, but in how they interact with each other, showcasing a level of cooperation that is truly remarkable. What makes this behavior even more interesting is that it's not something you see every day. Sponging is unique to certain dolphin groups, proving that animal intelligence isn't uniform. It can vary depending on culture and environment. And if you think that impressive, wait until you meet the next star of this story. We're heading to rivers and coasts, where an adorable creature has developed its own tool-using technique. And now, we arrive at one of the most charming animals on our list, the sea otter. These small, furry creatures, known for holding hands as they float to avoid drifting apart, also have a surprising talent that few people know about. Sea otters aren't just cute, they're experts at using tools. Sea otters are famous for their ability to use rocks as improvised hammers. When they find a clam or mussel, they don't waste time trying to pry it open with their teeth, which would be nearly impossible. Instead, they search for the perfect rock, balance it on their chest, and begin striking the shell with precision until it opens. It's a scene as ingenious as it is endearing. But this isn't just a cute trick, it's a matter of survival. Sea otters rely on these high-energy foods to maintain their body heat in the cold waters where they live. Opening a clam quickly and efficiently can mean the difference between staying warm or going hungry. And just like dolphins, otters pass this knowledge down to their young. A mother otter will teach her pups how to choose the best rocks and perfect their technique. This learning process highlights not just intelligence, but also the importance of family bonds in their survival. But there's something even more remarkable. Otters have pockets. Well, not literal pockets like ours, but folds of skin near their forearms where they can stash their favorite tools. That's right, not only do otters use tools, they save them for future use. Some otters even seem to have favorite rocks that they use repeatedly, showing personal preferences rarely seen in the animal kingdom. This unique behavior places otters among the few animals that not only use tools, but also store them. It demonstrates not just intelligence, but also a level of foresight and planning that is truly astonishing. Otters, dolphins, and crows show us something incredible. Intelligence isn't exclusive to humans. Each of these species has found creative and practical ways to use tools to solve problems and adapt to their environment. But what can we learn from these behaviors? Could it be that these creatures share more in common with us than we ever imagined? We've seen how crows, dolphins, and otters have mastered the art of tool use, not as random acts, but as calculated, intentional behaviors. These aren't isolated tricks. They represent something far more profound: the capacity to adapt, solve problems, and innovate. These skills make us question the nature of intelligence itself. What truly defines a brilliant mind? Take the crows, for instance. Their ability to craft tools showcases not just creativity, but also an understanding of cause and effect. They're not simply mimicking. They're analyzing situations and devising solutions. Scientists have discovered that crows have exceptional memory and can even recognize human faces, associating them with past experiences. Imagine this. A crow could remember whether you treated it kindly or not and act accordingly. Then we have the dolphins. Their tool use is only part of the story. The sponging technique is a learned behavior, passed down through generations like a cultural tradition. This ability to observe, practice, and teach makes dolphins unique, bridging the gap between instinct and learned intelligence. They even communicate through complex vocalizations that hint at a language we've yet to fully decipher. Could their tools be just the beginning of their evolutionary journey? And let's not forget the otters. Their behaviors highlight foresight and preparation. By selecting and storing their favorite tools, they show a level of planning rarely seen in the animal world. Each act is not just about survival. It's a demonstration of individuality and problem solving that feels remarkably human. When we observe these animals, we can't help but see parallels with ourselves. Crows strategize, dolphins teach, otters plan ahead. These abilities aren't just signs of intelligence. They're evidence of evolution at work. So, if humans once relied on basic tools to survive, just like these animals do today, what truly sets us apart now? In our final page, we'll explore what these incredible behaviors mean for us and the lessons they hold for humanity. After all, perhaps we're not so different after all. Throughout this journey, we've uncovered the remarkable tool-using abilities of crows, dolphins, and otters. But beyond their cleverness lies a deeper story, one that connects us to them in ways we may have never considered. These behaviors remind us that intelligence isn't a human-exclusive trait. It manifests across the animal kingdom in unique and surprising forms, each adapted to its environment and challenges. Take a moment to think about this. These creatures aren't just surviving, they're thriving. They're solving problems, passing knowledge to the next generation, and even showing personal preferences. From the crow's intricate tool making to the dolphin's cultural traditions and the otter's ingenious rock storage. Each of these acts highlights a mind that's actively engaged with its surroundings. If we look back, humans began much the same way, using basic tools to navigate a complex world. Over time, these tools evolved, but the core idea remained the same: innovation driven by necessity. In many ways, the behaviors of these animals mirror the roots of our own development. In their eyes, we see curiosity, determination, and even individuality. Their ingenuity teaches us an invaluable lesson. Intelligence is not about dominance or complexity. It's about adaptability, creativity, and the ability to learn and grow. These animals, in their own ways, remind us of the infinite diversity of life. They challenge us to look beyond ourselves and to appreciate the brilliance that exists all around us. And maybe, just maybe, they inspire us to see the world through a different lens, one of respect and wonder for the creatures we share it with. So the next time you encounter a crow, a dolphin, or even a playful otter, remember, they're not just animals. They're innovators, problem solvers, and partners in this vast, interconnected world we call home.